I am so excited to share a very exciting discovery. We are about to start planting our edibles. We've got some starters here. We've got a Swiss chard and kale and some tomatoes. There is nothing, oh my gosh, there's nothing better than the smell of tomato leaves and tomatoes. Love it. So as some of you know, we had a huge edible garden in our last house. We had fruit trees and we had an edible garden from side to side to back to front. We just could pretty much eat everything off of our own property, off of the land, as they say. And since we moved into this new house, which is wonderful and we love it, and there's deer on our property, and we just have all this privacy and all this amazing greenery, and we just live among the trees. Look at this amazing oak tree. So it's just a dream, but we've had a lot of work to do inside and we haven't had a chance. Look at these agave. We could just have agave. It's all agave. Anyway, the point is we haven't had a chance to really focus on the outside, and I've really missed having our edibles. So it's time to start planning our edible gardens. And we, in the past, David very impressively built the raised beds in the last house, but this time we just got a prefab raised bed. HomeDepot.com actually has a number of different sizes and a number of different options, which is pretty awesome. And this was actually pretty inexpensive, in my opinion, in terms of not having to do much work. So for 50 bucks, I think this was, we have this raised bed already, we put it together in about 15 minutes. So we're vegan, and I've talked a lot about vegan gardening. In Vegan's Daily Companion, I have a video on vegan gardening, which you could find on this YouTube channel. I have information about it in the podcast, in my podcast, Food for Thought. And I talk a lot about the fact that, for us, obviously the nutrients we need are plant-based. And even for the vegetables, for the soil, the nutrients needed for the soil are really mineral-based, right? So you need, pops of nitrogen and potassium and phosphorus, etc. So in the past when we garden, what we would do is we would just use a basic topsoil that didn't have any animal products in it. And then we would use compost to just create all of the really rich nutrients in the soil, and so that would actually really help the plants thrive and grow, etc. So what we would do is we would add the phosphorus and the potassium and the nitrogen basically through supplements, just kind of the way we take single nutrient supplements. It's the same kind of thing for gardening. Compost is really has everything you need. But when you need some extra pop, you can do it through the supplements. But really, compost is the best thing for soil, period. You do not need animal manure. You do not need animal products to grow food. It's one of the great misnomers, one of the great misconceptions about agriculture, about plant-based agriculture. So in the past, we'd get this plain topsoil, and then we would create the nutrients through the supplements that we would get. But we just discovered this exciting product. I'm so excited. This is just really fantastic. Now, of course, you can compost at home, and we compost, but our compost hasn't really cooked yet, if you will, because we've only been here a short time and we haven't been able to focus on it. So use compost if you have it in your own house. We can talk about that another time. But when you have to go and buy the compost from the store, in the past, when you bought compost, it always had bat guano, which is bat poop, or it had worm castings, which is worm poop, or it had chicken manure, which came from slaughterhouses, and we don't want to have anything come from slaughterhouses. So what we found today from a company called Eco Scraps, it's organic compost, which that was never the problem. Organic was never the problem. Here's the really special part. There's no poop. There's no poop. There's no poop in the compost. So completely vegan. And now what we'll do is we will mix all of the soil with, this is just basic topsoil underneath there. We will mix the basic topsoil with this compost, have all the nutrients that we need through this compost, and no animal products were used. And we're going to have an amazing garden. We're going to fix this up and kind of put this in the proper place. But we get a ton of sun here. Right now it's cloudy, which is a good thing because it means I was able to film this, and it means that we're getting rain tomorrow, which is what we need. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I'm really excited to share so much more with you. You're just going to get so sick of hearing from me, you're not going to be able to stand it. So hope that helps. Eco Scraps, no poop. That's what I'm saying.